Hey y'all, I'm ready to have an awesome race.
All right. Well, thank you for the greeting from deep down in Georgia, as we are here visiting for round number 9 of the Martin Sports Car Club iRacing League at Road Atlanta. There is a picture of our track map right through there, and some of the older guys that are watching this are probably figuring out, hey, what's that kink up there? And that's when they added 10A, 10B to go up and over the hill before they get into turn 12 on the straight. So we'll go over that in a little bit later. So track length is 2.5 miles. It's a real quick race this week, especially LMP2s traveling around just once in about 1 minute and 10 seconds. So with 25 laps, should be an interesting race. Anything else you want to talk about the track, Lexi?
No, do you want me to go over that?
No, sounds like the same weather as was last week.
Really?
Yeah, sure was.
78 degrees, 55% humidity, partly cloudy, and 4 miles per hour.
Yep. All right, and what we'll do is take this opportunity, as the cars are actually gridding, to talk about how the qualifying went. So no surprise here, Jesse Olsen in first place with a 110.1. Josh Wheeler in second, just 0.1 back. Third place is JG. Fourth is Chris Wells, a great effort by him this week, out-qualifying Junie, Banana Man, and Zane in the LMP2 class. Moving on to the GT3s, Michael Cochran up in the first place pole position for the GT3 class with a 119.4. Bradley Alvis, shut up and drive it, is 0.1 back. In third place, 0.3 back, is Justin Hall from Shut Up and Drive It. In fourth place, 0.4 back, you see a pattern coming on here, is Eric. Fifth place is 0.5 back, is Justin Hall. Sixth place, which is Daniel Ciro, is 0.6 back. Seventh place is Skylar, 0.7 back. Craig is 0.9, followed up by Dean, Tom, Jensen, Bjorn, who did not take a time, and also Matt Jackson didn't take a time either. So they're looking to start here safe. I know that this is a fast track, small width as well, and dealing with the LMP2 traffic. Probably just want to stay out of trouble just a little bit, and we'll see how that works out for them towards the middle of the race to see how it works. All right, so as our Goodyear blimp starts to move around, I do see the pace car going off. And we'll go ahead and check in with Jesse as he brings the field up and through, as Josh Wheeler is warming up his tires right next to him. The grid, the area, and there goes Jesse on the gas with the green flag, coming through turn 12, opening it up, and gets a good jump. As you see the flag man back through there is going through. So everyone got single file through here. Whoa, Josh off to the right. He just maybe tried a different line or just didn't even have enough grip. I mean, these cars here do not grip well. Oh, there it goes off again. He got every single cone. That's 10 points.
Yep, 10 points.
Yep, he lost a little time, and there goes Jesse checking out. And with that, we're going to go check in with the GT3 field, as things are quite a little bit tighter. There's a great shot through there with all the GT3 cars coming through the S's. And there is going through turn 5 up through the hill. All right, everyone keeping it tight, and let's go ahead and get some graphics up here for you guys so you can go ahead and follow your favorite driver. Or if you're, whoa, that's the wrong one. Sorry, guys. There we go. So everyone is bunched up right now, which is great. We love the tight races. We do see some stuff going on in the back, and we're going to check on some of these. Oh, look at these two ZP Motorsports teammates going through down the hill through turn 10. Dean takes the inside, gives him enough space, squeezes it through there, back up the hill, and he is off and out. Man, that was a great pass. What do you think of that one?
Great. Like, not great, but amazing.
Yep, so there is that GT freight train. I know I use that term a lot, but I mean, it's just like they're all attached like cars on a train going through certain areas. So there's that turn 3, which is really just a hop, skip, and a bunch, but it does come up blind. And a little bit later, we'll actually take a ride with one of the guys in the LMP2 cars. Such a huge class. Glad to see a lot of the new cars coming in. Oh, Dean off track just a little bit. I was able to collect it. Normally with some of these GT3 cars, especially the mid-engine ones, you drop a wheel off track and it usually just loops you around for a nice big spin like you're at the carnival. But he was able to hold on to that one and keep his position, not giving away too much time. Dean right now, just off the start, had run three places already up. Josh Wheeler putting the pressure now back on Jesse Olsen, almost a full second faster as he throws down the fastest lap of the race. It was 1:10. That is crazy fast around here. And of course, everyone is now hitting their fast laps as their tires are starting to come up to temps. Oh, someone else. It's like Chris Wells took out more cones, so he's a Martin member, so he gets 2 seconds added to his time for each one. Bradley throwing down the fastest lap of 1:19 for the GT3 class and keeping things very tight with Michael for the lead. And keeping on the back of Bradley is Justin Hall, his teammate, who is all over the back of him. And don't know if he wants to sit there for a little bit and let things kind of take his place, because he's got a little bit of gap back to his next driver. And here comes Banana Man. So he must have had some issue in the field. Jesse Olsen, a 1:10.1 now with the fastest lap. So he has bested Josh for the fastest lap of the race. So on the back stretch with the line of GT3 cars coming through the little kink there before they go downhill into hard braking for 10A and 10B. Michael's going to be patient coming through here with the LMP2. Chris Wells with the 1:14 is his fastest lap. And there goes Michael on the inside. Whoa, probably not some of the easiest place as he rides the curb, and Justin give him a lot of time. What you got, Lex?
Do you want me to go over?
I think so much has changed that you could probably go over the leaderboard.
Jesse Olsen, first place. Josh Wheeler, second place. JG, third place. Jimmy Thompson, fourth. Chris Wells, 5. Michael, 1. Banana Man, 6. Bradley, 2. Justin, 3. Eric, 4. Justin, 5. Dean, 6. Daniel, 7. Skylar, 8. Ted, 9. Norm, 10. Zane Crumley, 7. New Guy, 11.
Tom.
Justin, 12.
Nicely done. All right, so riding through here with some of the GT3 guys. So this is Dean, who is in the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 car. There's an Evo name somewhere too. It's one of the longest names we have out there. But he is right on the tail of the other Justin Hall that is with us in the Lamborghini as well. And these cars are a lot more easier to drive over the curb. They're not so tightly sprung as the LMP2 cars, which does allow them a lot of curb hopping in order to get a little bit different lines through there. Oh, scrubbing the front tires as you come through. Just barely keeps the thing on the pavement before hitting the little kitty litter trap that will send you sideways over towards that left wall every single time. Looks to the inside and decides to back out just as he was getting into there. So maybe you can get a good run off of here coming out. That's a nice turn through there through turn 7. Back on the gas and moving forward. Still have a lot of battles going on. Bradley did get passed by Justin. Up and over to get ready to start to the start-finish line. And these guys race constantly all the time, so they know what they're planning on doing, and they're probably just sitting tight, trying to get through a lot of what is going to go on throughout this race, even though it is a short one. Already on lap 6. That was pretty quick, wasn't it, Lex? All right, let's check in with Skylar, who also has a race on his hands as he is trying to take a position away from Daniel Ciero. Just kind of give you a good view here how close some of these guys gets through the braking zone here. So see how Skylar's able to close up on the braking. But Daniel, whoa, you can definitely see, you don't see yourself in that back fender of that car there. Daniel seems to have a little bit better jump mid-corner speed out, and Skylar is definitely a lot stronger on the brakes, as what we're seeing here, during this race. So hopefully things will pan out as the corner by corner. There's a corner effect as Daniel protects the inside, Skylar goes to the outside, and coming almost, whoa, they do hit for a little bit. And they did smack each other, no harm, no foul, no one lost some time. And Skylar probably just backed off a little bit there. I'm pretty sure that did not spook him, but he was probably feeling bad that those two did come together. But these cars look like they're in decent shape. Then there goes Jesse through, starting to make his way through the GT3 field as he comes through on lap 8. All right, our biggest mover right now is shown as Matt Jackson in the GT3 class. There he is in his Audi R8 LMS. So I'm not sure with that car if we're going to get an update on iRacing. I know they have a new iteration or a new look of that car for the customer support car that they do give out. There's not a factory effort anymore, but it's just a little bit different shape through there. What's interesting about that particular car is for racing, it is not the Quattro version as you would ultimately think. It's only a rear-wheel drive, which is kind of like the driveline from their base model, but with all the other goodies and race parts that are on there. All right, so there goes Zane Plumley through the GT3 traffic with JG followed right behind him, and also Junie giving chase to JG for third spot. So he definitely wants that podium spot up there. Zane looks like he is being lapped by those guys.
At least he moved up 3 spaces.
Yep, and he most certainly did.
You most certainly did.
All right, as the camera gets settled in on some of the action in the automatic exciting mode, see if we can grab some things. So Junie Thompson coming through. As those cars you just saw just recently, if you're going to skip the curbs in an LMP2 car, because they are so just tightly wound up, it does bounce all over the place if you do upset them. And they do have a lot of aero on this car as well. And this particular race, where some of the guys are using the high downforce setting on the car, and when you get air underneath it, it does upset things quite a bit, because it wants to push it back down, and pushes it back down so much more forcefully than it would normally naturally fall down. Because of the downforce, it causes it to porpoise or do a lot of bouncing, for it to actually settle down before it gets back into the rhythm and gets sticky on the track again. So LMP2's general rule is you kind of stay off the curbs if you can help it. All right, there goes JG on the inside of Eric as they come through the straight, and he's probably going to go ahead and make a pass on Daniel coming through turn 1 very easily through there. JG's got a ton of track time. I'm sure he spent a lot of time on the track in real life, which is probably helping him as well. Man, the traffic here this week is just all over the place as teammates Daniel and Junie work their way through, and I'm sure Junie does not want to wreck Daniel's day, and vice versa as those guys are going through. So Junie lost a little bit of time going through the S's there, now has a couple seconds to make up to catch up to JG. So there goes Zane Plumley on the inside of Daniel. Hopefully that it didn't look too bad, so hopefully that didn't spook him. But that's the one thing about these LMP2s is they can get thrown into corners a lot harder than the GT3s, but at the same time you do not want to make a habit of dive bombing, the GT3s as they come in the corner, because sometimes they don't expect you, and it makes it really tough for them. All right, so biggest mover now is Dean. Dean moved up 4 spots. So up and over. Oh, Brad moving into the pit. So he's taking an early pit stop here on lap 11. So he's probably hasn't burnt off all his fuel, but has enough in his tank after the fuel stop to make it to the very end. So he probably wants to get out of traffic that he's in right now, and hopefully try to, throw down some faster laps. So, as Chris and Eric go side by side through there. Oh, there's your beer guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says he drinks it a lot and he fills it up. So in between showing him, he's running back and filling it up. So when he comes back for the picture, it's full again.
And he's just staying there?
Yes. He's really moving is what he said, but he just acts really still for the picture. And then like right now when we have other people showing, he's drinking his beer and filling it back up.
Soon he's going to act so crazy forever if he's going to drink
Yep.
that much.
Jesse Olsen, a 110 flat, fastest lap of the race. Just seems to always find speed at any given moment. And around here, it's really tough to always have fast laps. See, you filled it up again. There he is. With the amount of traffic and, the speed disparity between, the GT3 classes, you see Chris Wells going through there. It makes it tough to get a clean lap at full speed around here in an LMP2 car because some areas are just so narrow. So there's Chris carrying the banner for the LMP2 cars, and Justin Hall, which is the race right here behind Eric in that yellow and blue Lamborghini, is probably one of the a little bit off, 2 wheels off there. Banana Man throwing down his fastest lap of 1:13. Craig Klein also going into the pit. So maybe he's on the same strategy as Bradley is. All right, Dean making up some time right now as these guys are looking a little racy. And it's a nice shot of the 3 of them coming through as you look in the back of Eric and Daniel also coming together for their race. So JG, a 111 as his fastest lap. Junie, 113. Junie's going to have to do a little bit better than that to keep catching up to JG, who is now over 4 seconds back where it was just a second ago. So Zane throwing in a 113 for his fastest lap. And you might see that a lot during the race where a lot of the fastest laps are coming through. Dean, a 120.1. He probably had some help with the draft, which is good as he's going there. So he's making up a little bit of time, a second on Justin Hall on just that 1 lap alone. So now he's really starting to be able to put some pressure on him.
We were with the better Justin Hall.
Yep, we were. Halfway, absolutely. Nice math. Whoop, and it just, as Jesse crosses the finish line, adds another lap to it. So 1 lap past halfway, but we got it in time. That's okay. So great thing about Chris Wells, if you notice, he's up into 4th place, which is the second time this season he's ran a race up into 4th place. And he has changed a lot of stuff. He's switched some monitors, switched some settings, went to triple monitors, which he said did help a lot. He was actually struggling. So if you know Chris in real life, he is absolutely ridiculously fast in his prepped Miata. I had the opportunity to ride with him up in Kentucky at the National Corvette Museum track, and even hauling my big butt around, I could not believe how fast he was able to just wiggle that thing around the track at just amazing speeds and braking and turning. It was a great experience. If you ever have a chance to ride with him at the Martin Art Sports Car Club autocrosses, he does have a passenger seat in there, and he will actually take you for a ride most of the time if he's not. But he's been top time of day before, so definitely a fast driver. Was struggling here for the longest time, and then all of a sudden within the last couple weeks, something just clicked, and now he is up with the fast guys and passing the slow guys like me, and moving on up. So very happy to see him actually find that pace to bring more racing into this. I mean, it's one thing just to have cars going around, but I mean, we are a racing league, and that's what we do, and we want to see the action. Speaking of action as well, we're also happy to have a lot of new members from the Tennessee region SCCA that have popped in here and also helped out with a lot of the racing, a lot of the action going on. Yeah, we're sticking to these three guys right here just because that's the best action that's going on according to the leaderboard. If you can see the times that go from yellow and orange, that just means there's the closest one. All right, so Justin Hall in the Lamborghini is coming in for his pit lap, so maybe he wants to get out and get a different pit strategy as he goes through. And there is your leader in LMP2, Jesse, coming through the start-finish start for lap 16. So this race is absolutely flying. What do you think about the pace of this lap? I mean, the pace of this race?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. What do you like about it?
Oh, well, actually, there's not much to like about it. It's just going fast.
You just like going fast?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, what's nice too is there's a lot more racing than last year when we just started the league with a lot of new drivers and less crashing. I remember the first few races it was more of a crash fest, and that's where the camera focused on instead of all the people passing. Yep. Oh, Zan Plummy throws a 112 flat. That's his fastest for the race.
We have two winners.
Two winners.
Matt.
Oh, for the biggest mover?
Yeah.
Yep.
New guy and Eric.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of new guy.
Yeah, how about we ride around with Josh Wheeler for a lap? Does that sound good?
Sure.
Oh, we go around and ride around for a lap, and we're going to go right around the pits.
Wait, how about we stay with him? We have to stay with him for a lap.
No, we'll catch back up with them. So we've already selected him, and yeah, we'll come back to him and ride with him for a lap. How about that? So also one of the kind of new things, I've ditched the original camera app and integrated it into the SDK gaming overlays that I'm using now. So hopefully see a little bit better. I've also upped the graphics on the actual race streams and videos as well. As you'll see, like when Eric just went through the grass and actually shot rocks up onto Dean's windshield, that's new for some of the graphics.
Those are rocks?
For us.
I thought it was dirt.
Well, those are pieces of tire that are sticking to the window, but Eric did go off track and some rocks came up. So there's Dean putting a ton of pressure on this. This is a great view. Glad we got this. And going to the outside beat. Yep. So Eric goes into the pits for his strategy. Bjorn, a 125. So he is finally finding some pace and looking to move forward. All right, Bradley. So there's that uphill battle. Oh, who was off to the side there? Oh, that is Bjorn. After we just talked about him putting in a 120, he went off track. That's a bummer. Yeah, we've seen Bjorn have weeks of greatness and weeks of struggling, unfortunately, and I think this is one of those weeks that he is struggling, especially as the Matt Jackson and Tom dive into the pit lane together, and the GT3s now in lap 18 are starting to go through their pit stop cycles. All right, so let's check in with Bradley as he is trying to put some moves on Justin Hall. Dean up into third place on the podium, but hasn't pitted yet. Let's see if we can check pit strategy. But only shows the pit strategy of the first 8 guys. Don't know if I can change that at the minute, but I'll work on that for next time so we can get more cars up there. All right, so there is Bradley coming down the hill. keeping nice and tight as they go up through 10A and 10B and over the quarter on the back of Justin Hall.
How about I give out some points?
Points would be great. Go ahead and give out some points.
900,000.
Oh, did you see that? Justin Hall went off. He went off the track into turn 1 and handed Bradley easy 5th place. So we'll see how that plans out with. So I'm sorry, you were talking about points. Go ahead.
900,000.
Woo, 900,000. Where are these guys going to put all these points?
In their flashlights.
In their flashlights?
The points are lights, so they put them in there.
Okay, it's not like a weight penalty they put in their car to make it slower?
I don't know. I mean, like, maybe they stuff it in a bag. Or they give it to you know how, like, people put stashes of money in there, like a bank?
Yeah.
It could be a point bank.
So they have a point bank?
Yeah.
Okay, is that like a folder?
No.
What does it look like, a piggy bank?
No. You have this giant glass tube, and then you stuffed all your points in there.
How many points does it hold?
Infinity.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
You know I'm making this up, right?
Don't we all? That's what I do every week when I'm here on the microphone. I'm just making it up.
You are?
Of course I am.
But you're making up.
I don't have a script. I'm not reading it. I'm talking about, hey, here comes turn number 12. Here to start, finish straight as Tom is coming through and trying to catch up to Matt Jackson.
Is it really happening?
And it's really happening because there's Tom's names right there and there's Matt Jackson's Audi right up there. So how about that?
Nice. You know the future, don't you?
No, I just know how to look at some numbers. And it makes it even easier with this program whenever the numbers turn colors. That's what I focus on and talk about.
Oh, yeah. You see that green on that number?
Yes.
There's white and I think red. What is...
Whoa! Whoa! Around goes Tom, and it looked like Junie flew past him. Wow, that was absolutely crazy. I need to work on this replay feature. I'm still working on it. It works incredible on live action racing, but on replays it takes a little bit more tuning to get it right to not be able to mess up the whole entire video stream.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. What you saying, oh my goodness, about?
Well, just that Dean moved up 6 places.
He did move up 6 places, but I don't think that he actually took a pit stop yet. I think he still needs to get some fuel. He must be getting close
To running out of fuel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what place is he in?
He's in 3rd place. He's on the podium. There goes Chris, right around Tom. So with Tom's spin, actually gave a little bit of space, so 8 seconds back between him and Matt Jackson for that race. So Matt holding on to 9th, but there's still guys in GT3 that I guess that need to pit. All right, so now we got Josh Wheeler. Here we go, up turn 5, rides the curb very dangerously.
Wait,
not that he did, but
we're missing Blinky.
Chris, he's right up there in 5th place.
Oh. Why
Yep.
did you change his name back?
Well, because he wasn't Blinky anymore. So he was originally, for those, the history-wise, he was originally named Blinky because his internet connection was kind of poor out where he lived, and he was tired of getting called Blinky. So he bought a house a couple neighborhoods over that had better internet, so we don't call him Blinky anymore.
Oh, he didn't like Blinky?
No, well, he didn't matter. He just thought it was funny, but... All right, so there goes Josh Wheeler up and over to get around Tom, and easy pass through there as the LMP2s with so much downforce can take that turn so close. All right, so Bradley Let's give a shout out to real quick and watch Bradley again as he is closing in on Dean on the backstretch. So his number is going down. He is just starting to sniff that draft as he was 0.6 seconds back. And looks like he's going to go to the inside, and let's see who's going to take it. He's very smartly and cautiously knows that he's got a couple laps left to work on Dean to get that position back as he comes up and over. So Bradley will go back to work on another lap, but there aren't a ton of places here to actually get a clean pass through, which really makes it tight for the mixed class racing as well. Here Bradley working that throttle to make sure he gets everything out of the car that he can. Dean is using all the track that he can. As you can see, his car going left to right, over this curb, that curb, mowing the grass, splitting the clay that's there. I mean, this section through here is just absolutely crazy. Dean is taking some chances, riding all the way that wide outside over the curb and closer to that wall as he is trying to keep this place, because he wants to keep the third place podium position, but Bradley just keeps chomping away at that lead, now just down to a 0.1 second. So this is going to be the best chance for Bradley, I think. He set that up perfectly to go around him and draft by, and he does so as they're coming through. And Dean tucks back in right behind him. Michael, a 1:19.4, fastest lap of the race on just before the white flag lap. Absolutely amazing where these guys still get pace after using their tires up the whole entire time. And Dean goes into pit lane. Not exactly sure. Maybe he short fueled. Didn't get enough fuel with just 2 laps to go. Oh, that's a bummer. Or because I don't think you can make it that far on the original fuel amount that was calculated to force a pit stop. So that's a bummer. He still 2 places up from where he was, but now he's just got his fuel and he's heading back out. All right. Here's Banana Man. I hadn't talked about him too much today. He's kind of kept the drama down to a minimum, which is good. So there you just saw the flag stand. There he is in the background waving the white flag.
White flag.
All right, so Jesse has got 1 more lap to go.
And Banana Man is sliding through the race.
He is sliding through all the way to the very, very end.
Like, is he going to win? Or is he not?
Well, he's holding on to 6th place, and as he goes around Bjorn, making the inside move. Everyone seems to have settled down. And there goes Jesse Olsen. Just missed him. I was just trying to find his name to click on it. There he goes. Oh! So Jesse Olsen crosses the finish line. And
my goodness.
Junie Thompson, as a victory celebration act, decides to take him out.
Who did that? I think we still blame him.
I don't know who did that, but that one was crazy.
He's trying to get out.
Yeah, so he's stuck in the wall. I don't think he can do his donuts. Here comes somebody else in here. Whoa!
Oh! Now he's stuck in between the walls.
Oh, this is crazy. So JG's still out there. Michael with the GT3s.
Craig is sort of not out there.
Yep.
Because he's gone.
There he goes. Here comes Michael and leading the GT3 class up and over the hill for the last time, flashing the lights as victorious as he comes through.
Who's Victoria?
The winner in the GT3 class. So we have Justin Hall, and then 16 seconds back is Bradley.
Do you know who Victoria is?
That just means he won.
Oh.
Yeah, not the TV not the TV show that you watch. There goes Bradley, all by himself there in 3rd place, back on the podium.
I think he ran out of gas.
Yep, and there's Chris Wells as the last car. So everyone has come through the start-finish line, which is great. So we have Jesse Olsen, our winner again for week number 9. Josh in second, and JG with another podium for him. So congratulations to those guys. And for GT3 class, Michael, another win for him. Justin Hall from Shut Up and Drive It on the second place step, and Bradley in the third.
For the winner of the Lexi Car Dress Award is Jesse Olson.
It is. Well, that is awesome. So there's the guys celebrating at the end of the race. All right, so thank you very much for joining us this week at Road Atlanta for this quick race, as next week we are at the 8+ mile track at Le Mans for 15 laps and for our season finale of season 1. So I hope you join us then, and we'll be glad to see you.
Bye.